Hey guys, how's it going? Crickey, governor, how's it going tonight? All right, what's everybody up to? You want to have something, and we're gonna poke it with a stick. We're hunting pizza. This is the famous sausage pizza. Yes, this is sausage pizza. Why am I talking like that? That's Australian. It's a sausage pizza. I'm gonna poke it with a stick. See how it responds. Right, crikey. How's everybody doing tonight? Governor? All right. So, yes, this is from Papa John's. And sausage and mushroom. So, yes, how are you guys doing tonight? Everybody having a good time, I guess? It was a little bit hot here today, a little bit warm. So, it's finally cooling down a little bit. We got into like the high 90s, so yeah, it was a little bit warm. And yeah, very busy day today. I've been moving since early this morning, so definitely got a bunch of reviews. Yeah, this one's my my English hat. Yes, crikey, it's me British hat. I got another one, but I don't think I want to put it on right now, especially when it's super hot. I can give you guys a quick preview of it, but yeah, this is gonna be more for wintertime. I don't know. I was watching something and they had this one, and I wanted to see if I could find something similar. And I actually did. But yes, so I went, found this. All right, so yes, I have my British hat, but here we go. I'm only going to put this on for a brief minute because it is going to be hot, and this is more winter time. Yes, das vidanya. He's a Ruski, man. Yeah, complete with ear flaps. So yes, I do have my pizza as well, but I just wanted to let you guys know I do have the Russian hat with the thing on it, but that is hot. This is more for a winter time because it's got the flaps and everything. So I'm going to not gonna try it, but yes, I just wanted to get it. Like I said, this one's a lot cooler, and kind of got it for something. All right, so I do have my. This is Papa John's. This is sausage and mushroom. Sausage and mushroom from Papa John's. So I'll have to try that. They have been busy today. All right. So yes, here we go. Sausage and mushroom from Papa John's. Oh, that's good. This was a special. I think it was like $13.99 or $14.99. I don't remember. Ordered it on the app. Well, I had other reasons for that as well. Lots of new items out and available. A bunch of places just dropped a bunch of new things. So Um, oh, really? Okay. You super can. Dun, dun, dun. I don't know. Anyway. Yeah. So, anyways, got some stuff from Papa John's. Hey, 40s. Have a good. Thanks for stopping in. Appreciate it. I know. I tried to go on a little earlier tonight. Hey, Brent. Super can. All right. So yes, like I said, I'm just in a British mood tonight. So checking out a little bit of pizza. Crikey, maybe I should put some. I don't know. What's the tip? Fish and chips? Oh, thank you, Brett. Appreciate that one. It will go forward to adding different things. It'll pay for part of the hat. And like I said, I do the other one, but that's a little bit too hot today. Maybe when it's a little cooler, I'll put the other one on. Yes, I did have this one, but it's too hot. It's 95 today, so a little too hot. I did get this, but I will put this one on another day when it is more towards winter time. This is my furry Russian hat, Russian around with the ear flaps and everything. Because I was watching. The reason I got it was because I was watching Eastbound and Down, and they had the Russian DJ, and he had one. It was like oversized. I don't know why. I thought it was kind of cool. So yes, you could always find different things online. Wherever you go. No, I am having Papa John's from the US. Papa John's from the US tonight. Method to the madness. Because I actually. Oh, thank you, Brent. Appreciate that one. Yeah, that's All right. Sorry, guys. Yes, the reason I got this was because I still have this to review. And that will be a future review right from the UK. So UK snacks. World tour, I guess. Drew's world tour? No. Maybe. Around the world in 80 hats. New series. Do that. Yeah, thank you, Brent. That's really cool of you. So yes, like I said, it was super hot here today. So fortunately, it's going to cool down a little bit. I think tomorrow it's only going to be like low 90s, and then after that we're going to drop down again. Yeah, I wanted to get Papa John's, and you'll see why somewhere along the line whenever I get to that one. Yeah, we were like in 95, and like I said, today I was very active today. I had to do testing, and then I went and did a whole bunch of reviews, and did a bunch of other reviews here tonight before live. So yeah, it's a little bit busy. And fortunately, the testing wasn't actually food, so that was cool. It was just giving my opinion on a scent of cleaner. So that one was kind of cool. Yes, I've tried the Parmesan stuffed crust. Um, not that I know of. No, man. I do have my I do have my other I do have my other bucket hat. Never know. It's the pizza. Actually, I was on one a long time ago, but I haven't got anything. They would actually send me tests from online. It was called Playtest Cloud. I did that years ago. What they would do is you'd sign up on Playtest Cloud, and they would send you requests, and you'd link, and you'd either go on your iPhone or your Android or your tablet, and you would test out the games, and you'd give your opinion. I don't know, at least a few. And then what you'd do is you'd actually record your screen as you tested these games, and then you'd submit it online. Now, it didn't pay a whole lot. Sometimes they were only like a couple bucks, $5 or $6. We used to get them regular, but yeah, they do have some of those game testing sites. I think there's actually one somewhere here in San Francisco where you go online, where you actually go in and you test games in person. But that's all the way in San Francisco. But I don't know. They might have available video game testing. I don't know if it's a system or some of them, like I said, online where you do it with your phone or you do it with your tablet. Used to do that, and the thing is with that you got to be uninterrupted. Some of them you have to download it for like a half an hour of gameplay, and Pactoroids. Yeah, they have. Well, speaking of that, if you want, they actually have a new item at Papa John's and some new dipping sauces. So you might want to check that one out. But I think there's actually some of these games I've seen online where you can test out. Um, well, you play it and then you get paid to reach a certain level. Oh, geez. They did have Pac-Man cereal. What else did they have? Um, Mr. T cereal. I was looking at the old ones. Was it Purple Baron, which was like purple marshmallows, kind of like Frankenberry. Um, yeah, there's a whole lot of different ones. Well, they did bring Cookie Crisp back, I think. There used to be a lot of older stuff, and I'm in the old time colon blow, or what was that one? Rocks, gravel. I think that was that one skit from Saturday Night Live where they were eating rocks, granite, or something like that. The old Saturday Night Live. And it was like making all the noise, and they were actually eating rocks. Fruit Brute, that came back briefly. I think I actually tried that one. I have a review of the Fruit Brute. So you can. The Monster cereals aren't like they used to be. Much more chocolatey when all the bad stuff was in it, and the sugar and everything. And this year they're back with their puppets, and I don't think Carmela Creeper is back. I think they retired that one. So you can still get the Frankenberry, Count Chocula. Yeah, they did. Papa John's also got a new item. Maybe. Little Caesars, Papa John's, Popeyes. Yes, there's been a lot of activity lately. Busy. And I will just give you guys a hint. When they say hot, they mean hot. Yikes! I'm telling you, that was a colon blow. I don't know. I know he started it, and something about he sold his Camaro to start it, and then he sold it out. I'm not sure the whole thing on that one, but um, guess you could do some research. I know there was a whole thing about Domino's and the Noid and all that crazy stuff, but you could look up all these different items. And like I said, the ones that are available late night for me, just basically Domino's and Papa John's. They have some other ones, but I don't know that they deliver, and some of them are getting kind of pricey. I'm telling you. I might have to go back to some of these ones. I know Round Table is extremely expensive, and Mountain Mike's is kind of expensive. I haven't been to one for a little while. Pizza Guys. I have to maybe visit that one. Went to that one, Pizza Paradise. That one was actually pretty good. That's got Indian style ones, so I might revisit that one. A couple other places around here, but the heavy hitters here are Papa John's and Domino's. We no longer have a Pizza Hut, and we don't have some of these other pizza chains. So I only can do what I've got available. But strangely enough, our Little Caesars and Round Table are like 2 doors apart. So one's extreme, one's cheap, one's expensive. You know, it is what it is. So that was the big thing for a while. Pizza and Chinese food were like the main thing in this town. I think they've kind of cut down on a lot of the Chinese food places and stuff. Now I've seen that they're opening some new places. Yeah, like I said, there is no Pizza Hut anywhere within 200 miles of me, so I cannot review it. The only Pizza Hut that we actually have near me is like inside of a Target. It's like a Pizza Hut Express, and I think it only does the personal pizzas. So we do not have any kind of Pizza Hut, and it's not anywhere on the map. I could. You can make your own too. Maybe that's a future option. Orange chicken pizza, or I did do the gyro pizza one time. I still have ideas for some of them. I need to work on it, but definitely there's a potential for a lot of different things. Yeah, I did see the French fry crust, and what else did I see? Bunch of other things. Mac and cheese. Yeah, I don't know about the crust, but yeah, I don't know how mac and cheese would go real good on pizza. It'd probably get tough. I don't know. Maybe you'd have to put it on after, or maybe you could put mac and cheese sauce. I don't know how that would work. The noodles wouldn't go good because if you cooked them on top, they'd get all tough. So I don't know. Yeah, that'd be tough because you got to think about when you cook the pizza, whether or not it's going to make it tough or make it almost inedible. I've had some where they put the stuff on and it cooked a little bit too much. I know the Pizza Hut's had some really weird ones with hot dog pizza and the little bites in the crust and all that kind of thing. I actually hear, I don't know when, I've been hearing little things about it. Apparently, Papa John's is working on a croissant crust pizza. Possibly. I have a couple of ideas for some future pizza creations, I guess. Just have to gather the ingredients and get them all together. It's just not been right now with it being so hot. I'm not really looking at cooking anything. Actually, I've had some decent ones. I've had what, s'mores pizza, um, apple cinnamon, um, Yeah, I don't know about fruit pizza though. I don't know how good that would go. I've seen chocolate and apple, cinnamon. I think I've actually seen like tarts and stuff that are like peaches and stuff like that. That would be kind of cool, but I don't know. There is only so much that as far as dessert goes because when you cook it, I guess you could do a chocolate chip cookie. I remember where did I go? BJ's. They had the pizzuki that had chocolate chip and ice cream. They cooked the chocolate chip and they put it in the oven and then they melt the ice cream on top. That's actually not too bad. I've had that before. Yeah, then I don't know. That's I've seen some unusual stuff though. Don't know what would be really unusual. I mean, you could get really creative. What did I have one time years ago? I think it was from Pizza Guys. It was called a cowboy pizza. That was really strange. I don't think they have it anymore. It was like a brisket and barbecue sauce and onion and beans, and they put kidney beans on it. It's like you were having a cookout. That was very strange. I think I remember there was like green onions and barbecue sauce and cheese and brisket and beans. I guess that would be like a cookout type of thing. Hey, Roxon. Yes, just having a little bit of Papa John's. Yeah, we actually Domino's did it. I don't know if they still have taco pizza. I think Pizza Guys has it, and I think I saw Mountain Mike's might have it. So actually, the one that I went to called Pizza Paradise, they had a lot of unique style pizzas, Indian style. Then they had some other ones. I don't remember if they had a taco style. They might have. I suppose you can make your own taco pizza if you really wanted to. What did I make? I made I made the pastrami. I made the pastrami one with Swiss cheese and all that. You can make a taco pizza. I guess you could just do the pizza enchilada sauce, a little bit of cheese. You can put ground beef or whatever you want. I don't know about that. I haven't heard that. Maybe they did in the past. I'm not sure. I know they did a cheeseburger and a taco together. Oh, okay. Yeah. Guess you could do it on a tortilla. Make yourself a. Well, they got Mexican pizza at Taco Bell, so it's kind of the same thing. What I don't get is why. I mean, Taco Bell now has the Mexican pizza, right? But they don't have a tostada. They have the ingredients for it. I mean, I guess you could ask for a Mexican pizza and just tell them to put beans on it instead, customize it that way. I just don't understand why they discontinued the tostada. It's just a flat it's just a flat taco, basically. But yeah. So if you did see my review of the chicken grande nachos from Taco Bell, they've released their Y2K menu, so they're bringing back a couple of things. More on that later. Kind of did a little bit of sample of all the new returning items. Some of them that just kind of quietly disappeared. I'm not sure why. Um, I don't know. Maybe it was too tough for them to have too much of a variety. Okay. That sounds good. Actually, I made a jalapeno popper salad, like a potato salad. That's not too bad. You just do the cream cheese, and then you do jalapenos, a little bit of bacon. So if you could do that as well, potato salad, popper style, or a popper dip, that would be kind of good. Another thing is, yeah, if you could find them, it's kind of tough now. Is those Doritos taco chips with the taco seasoning? They're still around. You can make yourself a jalapeno popper dip and use the taco dip. Okay, yeah, they got a lot of that stuff. Hi, Tassie. Tassie was good tonight. He's he was guarding me, and he even let me know when the pizza got here. He's over there now. Yeah, he was waiting by the door when the driver came up because the app wasn't really working real good. But yeah, he was looking out for the pizza. I guess he wanted some. I don't, but he doesn't like pizza, so I don't know. All right. he's being pretty good tonight. He was hanging out earlier and flopping on the floor, wanting attention. And it's just been hot for him today, so that's why he's just kind of laying around. And tomorrow it's going to be a little cooler, and then we're going to get into the lower digits, so that'll be good. So what else? Like I said, I had a really busy day today. With all the testing, I did several reviews today, and with it even being a little bit warm out, so I'm looking forward to the cooler temperatures. And I did find a bunch of new stuff on Amazon that I've actually on Amazon, and also another couple of sites that I've found, and we'll be looking for those as well. Yeah, drinks, snacks, chips, strange stuff. I'm telling you that between Amazon and some of the no, actually, apparently I did see something about Tuesday. It might possibly rain here. I have not heard any. We don't get thunder as much, but it's a possibility of rain on Tuesday. So we will see. I don't know if it's just going to be a light thing, or if it's, it could change between now and then. So yeah, just yeah, we have sometimes. I actually put a video up there a couple years ago, and it was like a thunder hailstorm. It just was like a freak thing out of nowhere. Just all of a sudden, and this hail and thunder and a little bit of lightning, and it just skies open up, and it went crazy. Yeah, I do. I like it. I'd like a little bit of showers to kind of cool everything down. But I don't know. We're still in the middle of we're still in September, and once we get into October, maybe it'll get a little bit cooler, and we might get a little bit of rain. Hopefully, anyways. I know there has been a little bit of showers, enough to mess my car up. I'll have to clean the windows off. Yeah, that's true. And we don't actually. I found out we don't change time till November, so we still got a little bit for that. But what did I see? A lot of strange stuff online. Well, that's the weird thing. Apparently, we had a bill, and it's sitting on someone's desk to stop the change in California, and they haven't put it through. So I don't know when they're going to do it, but You know, some people just didn't want to do it, so it's left dead on someone's desk, and they'll get to it eventually. Yeah, I totally agree. Just leave it alone. Just go back to the regular time. Some places actually don't change time. I think Arizona. Well, I don't know if Arizona did it. I think Arizona was one, and I think Alaska and part of like Michigan or some or Indiana or something like that. Those were the only ones that do not change time. But I think in Hawaii doesn't change time too. That's right. Hawaii's on their own time anyway. Hawaii's on Hawaii time. Whenever we get to it, bro. Hawaii time is Hawaii time, bro. So, anyway, yeah, because I remember half the time they're on one time zone, half the time they're on another time zone because they don't change. Hawaii is its own little world. I remember that. So, well, anyways, kind of messes you up when you did that. I remember when I used to have to work nights. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. They must have stopped in that Indiana for a while, or Michigan or Wisconsin or one of those states. I know that they were doing like half of the state was not doing it, but um, I think they probably stopped doing that a little while ago. But yeah, Alaska, Hawaii, and Arizona. I know they were kind of iffy. I actually lived in Arizona for a couple of years, and I know they didn't change the time. So half the year they were on like Pacific, and half the time they were on like Central. What did I watch? I was watching. I've been watching Space Force. That's what I've been watching. Uh, it's an older one. I think it was only 2 seasons. And Steve Carroll, he's got, and it's a spoof on the whole Space Force startup colonizing the moon. Only 2 seasons, and I'm about halfway through the first season. So I was watching Space Force. I was watching Eastbound and Down. What else was I watching? Rings of Power, Peacemaker. I'm waiting for the new ones to come out of that. Star Trek, Stranger Worlds just wrapped up their season, so gonna have to wait for that one. Yeah, Space Force with Steve Carroll. I think it was at Netflix. It was back in 2020, 2021, or 2022. Only 2 seasons. Never watched that one. But yeah, check out if you like a little bit of a laugh. It's a tongue-in-cheek thing, and he plays a general. And they're starting up the Space Corps. And it's typical Steve Carroll. Have to have the satellite race to space, all the budget things and all that. Some of it was funny, especially when they were trying to teach the chimp to repair the satellite. The astronaut chimp, and he was trying to talk him through repairing a satellite. So I don't know. Interesting, funny. I think it was only on 2 seasons. I think it got canceled. One of those ones that's gone before its time. I mean, that happens a lot. You get a decent comedy, and maybe they just didn't get the humor, or it wasn't popular. They didn't catch on. I don't know. I just saw, because like the Vice Principals was only 2 seasons. Eastbound and Down finally it went 4, which was pretty good. A couple other ones. They're just funny, and just not sure why they canceled them. Not as much popularity. I don't know, but yeah, some of those Netflix things are pretty good. Netflix series or Hulu originals. I don't know. Sometimes I like them. I have a strange sense of humor. I think the Eastbound and Down and Vice Principal Danny McBride. I think he's funny, but some people just don't get his humor, and they don't get the British humor. So I don't know. And man, I was bummed because I just heard that speaking of the UK, they were going to be doing new series of Red Dwarf, but apparently that got axed. And they're no longer going to be making new episodes. Now, I don't know, they're still kind of shopping around. Maybe they might put it on a different network. They were actually going to have it on Dave TV, which is a British television channel, and they had actually put a couple of seasons on before, and they had written scripts and they were going to start filming them, and then something about they canceled the deal. So no new Red Dwarf. Now it might get picked up by someone else. They might shop it out. I'm not sure, but as of right now, that's a DOA issue. Unfortunately, I hate that. All the good shows that I like, they end up catching it. Oh yeah, I have watched all the Who, all the Doctor Who's. That's like I said. I had a lot of the. I had a blanket. I had the bunch of different TARDIS things and all that. I actually have a Doctor Who hat somewhere, like a stock, like a yarn cap put the TARDIS on it. I still have my Build-A-Bear, the Doctor Who Build-A-Bear with his sonic screwdriver. That's an old time one. I know they did like a movie of that. I used to watch that when I was little and read the books. An Elephant's Faithful, 100%. Yeah, that was cool. Used to love the Dr. Seuss and the some of those other books and stuff. And man, I still wish that I could find that one. And I've actually found it. I remember from when I was little, they've recently have a revival, and it's called Flat Stanley. They made like a revival. They made new things in Flat Stanley Adventures. But when I was little, they actually had the book, and it was read by the author as a record. And I used to listen to that one from when I was in school. And he was so deadpan when he said it. Now they have the new ones, and it's totally read by someone else. It's a whole different vibe. But I just remember the old records. And you'd play that, and they had a Flat Stanley. Yeah, kind of that. I remember a little bit about Dr. Seuss. What was the other one? The Little Red Lighthouse and the Great Gray Bridge. I remember that one. Those were kind of popular books when I was little. Where the Wild Things Are. There's a bunch of other books that, I mean, they've been made into movies by now, but I just remember reading the books of Dr. Seuss, Berenstain Bears. Remember those? And what was the other one? There was a bunch of was it Beverly Cleary was like one of the ones, Ramona and all that, and then they had just the popular books with everybody. Used to read them in school. It's like I don't know, assignments and stuff. Those were kind of the standard. Now it's probably like Harry Potter. Yeah. Well, now it's like Harry Potter and what's that? Goosebumps. I think that's the new craze. Maybe that's not anymore, but I remember I just saw those were kind of the big the big things right now. But I just remember reading the books and series. Yeah, well, that's not a kids. That's not really a kids thing. I'm talking like kids stuff, and then you just have like Highlight magazine, and we had the old Dynamite, Mad magazine, Cracked. I think they even had one called Crazy, and then was it Choose Your Own Adventure? That back in the day when you actually would read a book or a magazine. Yeah, I think it was. It's not very as popular as now. Uh, Books are kind of like, you know, not as fashionable as they once were. Before, we had to read the book. We didn't have the movie. And I remember English class, and we used to have to read all the books, and we didn't actually have a cartoon. I remember in English class we had to read The Lord of the Rings and Fellowship of the Rings, and they only had like the cartoon, which was like kind of eh. But now they got all these high budget movies, and they've made a lot of stuff, books into classic movies and epic movies and stuff like that. So not quite the same. I mean, reading's kind of a lost art. I was, yeah, true. Well, I don't know. No, I did not. That was one of the. Hey, Matt, I did not read one of the. Oh, thanks. Yes, this is my British hat, folks. Crickey. It's me hat. It's me chap. Chapo. And I did have another one, but I'm not going to wear it tonight because it's too dang hot. Um, yes, it's the Union Jack or whatever you want to call it, I guess. UK. It's my bucket. It's my bucket list. And I got it for one reason, because I'm going to be doing the review of this. I wanted to do a theme thing. Yeah, this is the sausage and mushroom from Papa John's, because I wanted to get Papa John's tonight. But I did get one hat, but I will not be putting it on tonight because it is too dang hot. We're into the 90s, so I did get this. I did get this one. With the ear flaps even. I don't think it's real, but it's the Russian hat with the ear flaps and everything. But I'm not going to be putting it on because it's too hot tonight. All the insulated and all that. More of a winter gear, I guess. This one's a little bit cooler. And I do have my Papa. I do still have my pizza bucket. Oh yeah, Strange Brew from Canada, eh? Yep, Strange Brew. Cuckoo. I don't know. I think I heard something about they may be looking into a Strange Brew Chew. Oh, guess what, guys? Good news, bad news. I was actually able to watch Spinal Tap 2. The End Continues. I've made my own poutine. There's no real place that does poutine. But I was able to watch Spinal Tap, The End Continues. I will not spoil it for anybody. Um, I will just say, um, let's see. Um, yeah, I will just say waiting 40 years for that was a little bit disappointing. Doesn't measure up to the original. But yeah, it was kind of cool to see, the stuff again. But in the meantime, I don't know. It was a good try. But if you don't see it, you're not really missing anything, at least in my opinion. I would have liked to seen it go back to the original version, but it is what it is. That's what happened. Like the original one, and they didn't even. I saw the promos for it. Yeah, the reboot of Highlander. I don't know. Nah. It is shaping up though. They brought on a new guy. They're rounding out the cast. Spaceballs. I have no idea. They're still casting that one. I don't know. They're not even going to start filming it. But no, well, no, we don't really have any place that does poutine. That's more of a Canadian dish, I guess. I don't know that. I mean, I made my own. I went to A&W and KFC and McDonald's and kind of combined all the ingredients to make my own poutine. But yeah, we don't really have a place that does that. I guess maybe that would be more towards up north on the border, maybe border of Canada. Get a lot more of those. Um, yeah, actually, I was thinking of some other strange concoctions. What was it the other day? I was thinking of something, and I was actually gonna maybe try some new stuff. If you guys saw the review I did, the goldfish sandwich from McDonald's, that one was different. But yeah, just the gold sauce on a fillet of fish, different. I know a lot of people are not really digging that gold sauce. I mean, I've pretty much tried it on everything now, so it is what it is. I gave it a try. I tried it on pretty much fish, chicken, and hamburgers. So some yes, some no. Taco Bell is a prime example. They're bringing back items from the past. They're bringing new items. That's just a kind of a rehash of the sauces and stuff that they've already got, and they're calling it new. Yeah, exactly. I mean, this Y2K menu that they brought back, the chili cheese burrito, the no, um, there was chili cheese burrito, the Cool Ranch Locos Tacos was the other one, the Grande Nachos. Those are pretty much standard. They just kind of brought them back. They need to go in a whole different direction, or they put a new sauce or something. Yeah, they need to do that. Like I said, go in a whole new direction. Think outside. What was it? Think outside the bun was their promo. I know they got the fries. They could do that again, nacho fries, and I don't know. But that's there. And then some of these other ones, they're not getting real creative. At least for some of the new stuff. I know McDonald's now has got their lower priced value meals. Apparently, they realized that they were charging way too much for their menu items, so they've actually lowered the price on some of the value meals, I guess, because they actually, after that debacle with the adult Happy Meal for 16 bucks, I think they even realized, hey, wait a minute, we're going a little bit overboard on the price on this thing. Quarter pounder shake and fries for 16 bucks, even with stickers. What's oh my god. Oh no, I actually was able to watch a different copy. What was it? Despicable Me. He had the nacho sombrero. I remember that. Yeah, I mean they need to bring them way way down on some of these items. Yeah, I mean, these things did not used to cost that much. I know that, and I know it doesn't cost them $16 to put together a quarter pounder meal. Yeah, I like the Minions. They're kind of cool, especially with the YMCA and the musicals and all that. I think I actually watched Despicable Me 4 not too long ago, and the Minion movie. There's a couple other. I don't know. What did I see? They were bringing back a different version of that one. They were supposed to be doing a pumpkin version of that, a pumpkin empanada. I think maybe that's going to be more towards fall time. And I'm still waiting for the Baja Blast pie too. Yeah, what happened to the 99 cent, $1.99, $2.99 menus? Tacos, burritos. Bring those back, man. That was the bomb back in the. They're trying with the $3 and under menu, but literally some of those items, man, it's not worth it. What was that? The melt. The was it the burrito melt? That's like $1, and it's literally a tortilla with a sprinkle of cheese for like I think it's $1.99. That's stupid, man. Yeah. Really? I haven't even heard of that one. Um, I went to A&W not too long ago. I might have to see what they've got there. Actually, today I was out at a couple places checking out some of the new stuff. Yeah, and what was those nachos, man? 8.99, 8.19, 8.49, something like that for those chicken nachos. I mean, you got a good amount, but almost eight, eight and change for chicken nachos. Ah, bummer. See, mine's still at A&W KFC. And fortunately, right where mine is at is A&W KFC, and there's McDonald's just across the parking lot. So they got all the stuff together. And then they have what, Jimmy John's, some other stuff. So, but yeah, so they get some new stuff at A&W. They get some stuff at KFC. It's tough to find A&W anymore. I think that's kind of going away. Not a lot of places have. Yeah, literally, it's like right across the parking lot, which is pretty cool. So it makes that easy when you're trying to do a collab or a mashup or anything. Yeah, A&W is very popular in Canada. The root beer, man. I got myself a whole case of A&W root beer the other day, and I'm pretty much done. Got myself some cans of A&W, and I was like, I don't know, man. With it being so hot, kind of just slam that. I'm gonna have to stock up on some more. I'm not real big on the zero. I like the regular one. I don't know. Yeah. Only Jack in the Box is the only one that's open 24 here. I think everything else is there's some of them are open late night, and I actually was going to go to I was going to do um, In and Out Burger today, but I actually saw that my In and Out Burger the drive-through is closed for a couple of days. They're doing maintenance on their drive-through, so guess I'll have to wait until they reopen their drive-through because I don't like going into the waiting inside and all that. It's always busy there. Oh, it's crazy. So yeah, we'll have to. I'm gonna have to check some of those out. Like I said today, it was crazy. I went did a couple of reviews. I did my testing as well. Check that out. There's a lot of stuff I even found online. Kind of cool. Yeah, no, I think you know what I like. I want them to bring. I want them to bring back the taco salad, the tostado, this tostada shell salad. What else? They need to bring back the triple lupa. You know, this was crazy. Okay, this one was. I should have turned my camera on and filmed this lady. This was insane. Okay, I got behind a Karen. No, I don't. I actually got behind a Karen. I was in Taco Bell. I was doing my reviews. I ordered it online, and I was waiting. I was waiting to go to the speaker, and some lady, she was in front of me, and she was ordering at the speaker. Hey, Liam. And she started getting all crazy with her requests. She was like ordering everything, and she says she wanted was it the chalupa, but she didn't want it deep fried. She wanted just um, the regular, I guess, shell undeep fried. And I'm like, why would you get that? You don't want it deep fried? Well, she wanted, and then she's something with no sauce or something on the side, and she was like real specific on her order. And it took her like 10 minutes to order. I was like, dang, you're real specific. You know, I want the chalupa, but I don't want it deep fried, and I want the nacho stuff with no nacho sauce. I want it on the side. I don't want it on the thing, and I want it with this and that other. And I was like, dang, lady. So it took me like 10 minutes for her to get her order straightened out. And then she said something about how she wanted salsa and she wanted this and she wanted that. And I wanted exactly 3 packets of salsa. 2 like this and 2 like that. And I'm just like, hurry up. I've already ordered on the app. I'm ready to pick it up. So, nah, see that would not be a good thing because hers was way too specific. I know that's they've been popular. I ordered what the person in front of me ordered, and sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. Maybe you know what do you get? They just get like a drink. Yeah, that's what did I see? They're doing test market on some double dip burritos, but only in test markets. So who knows when they'll make it here? Suppose you could do your own dipping. You can get they used to have the rolled tacos. Remember those? And you had the nacho cheese and the jalapeno and the guac, and you dipped them in that. Those were actually pretty good, although they were a little bit tough. There wasn't much to them. They were rolled like taquito type things. Those were okay. You can still get frozen taquitos. Get your own dipping sauce. Get yourself some nacho cheese. Get yourself some ranch, and maybe you can get the other kind of ranch that's out there. I'm telling you, man. We'll have to revisit that one. Well, no, they've got a new one. They've got a new super hot ranch one. Maybe you know about it. Maybe you don't. I don't know. Yeah, that's true. Although, what did I see? New things are coming out from Jack in the Box in a couple of days. They're bringing back the monster tacos. They're gonna have a monster churro. Uh, color changing cup. That was the new one. It comes with their meal. Monster taco, monster churro. I think there was monster mozzarella stick. I think that was another one. And some kind of shakes. Halloween. They're back into the Halloween theme. And it's like an Oreo cookie shake with a color changing cup. And that's coming out like I think on the 18th. So that one's new at Jack in the Box. Not everybody has Jack in the Box, so but the monster tacos are pretty good. And yeah, they didn't have too much else that I saw, and I haven't heard anything about Burger King and the Halloween Whopper yet. I don't know when. They're kind of weak with that onion Whopper. I mean, it was okay. Just wasn't really much of an effort. Just putting onion rings and onion pieces on there and calling it new. I don't know. Yeah, you know what? Some of those ones I do not even have. I don't have a Culver's. I don't have a Crystal. I don't have a um, no Whataburger, no White Castle, Culver's, any of that. Those are more East Coast. No rallies, no checkers. Um, yeah, so just got to go with what I got around here. I'd like to get some of them. Yeah, true. Oh, and I know they're going to bring back. I did see they're bringing back the Boo buckets. We had a Fat Burger, but they closed it. There was a Fat Burger in my gas station, but they actually closed a couple of years ago. But I did try a couple of things from Fat Burger. I've got a couple of reviews. I got like a spicy Frank's hot chicken sandwich. I did their six XL patty from Fat Burger when they were around. Yeah, I've actually done two. Well, more than two. But yeah, I did the 6XL from Fat Burger. I did the Wendy's Sexinator. That one was fun. That's what I called it, the Sexinator. Six patty baconator. And what did I do? The 10 patty cheeseburger from McDonald's. What else? I do a couple of. Hey, it's Baconator times six, sixinator, sixinator, whatever you want to call it. Basically, it was just two triples put together, and that thing was insane. Yeah, that's actually, I think it's just three triples, nine patties. Six patties was bad enough. I couldn't. There's no way I could eat the 9 patty all in one bite. Yeah, it was there for a little while. You can still do it. Just buy three triples and stack them up. But when you when you start getting them like about yay big, you can't eat it all in one bite. Well, like I said, a lot of them you can make your own. Just have to order it and combine them yourself. I know McDonald's is big on that. They had their hack menu, and it's like, here, you can order it and you put it together yourself. I think they would give you a break on that one, but it is what it is. Yeah, what they need to do is Burger King needs to bring back the um, grilled chicken patty, not the breaded one. They need to bring back. I've actually done that, where they called it the land, sea, and air burger. It's filet of fish, chicken, and either Big Mac or quarter pounder combined. You make your own. Just buy a filet of fish, buy a quarter pounder, and buy a chicken patty. Yeah, they need to do that because they used to do the grilled chicken Whopper. Those were actually really tasty. I like those. What I used to do is I'd get the grilled chicken patty and I'd put like sweet and sour and make my like sweet and sour Whopper. Yeah, I remember when I did the the 6 patty from um, Fat Burger. It cost me like $26 because I think they only did like a 4XL, and then I added 2 patties, and they were like $2 a piece. It was like $18 for a 4 patty, and then another two per patty. Um, yeah, they're okay. I don't know too many places that do that. I know some of them are doing those Impossible burgers, or they're still doing the Beyond burgers, but not many places are doing turkey anymore. I mean, not the chains, but regular sit down. It depends now. If you get the right toppings, they're good, but they tend to be a little bit dry and not very seasoned well, I guess. But I've had turkey burgers before, frozen turkey burgers. Make your own. If you sauce it up enough and you put the right toppings on, they're not bad. They're pretty tasty, but yeah. Normally, though, the veggie burgers or the turkey burgers or the some of those ones are not very good. And I remember the fiasco at KFC with the Impossible chicken. Those nuggets that they had were not very good. They were like bad. The texture was horrible. The breading didn't stick, and it was just nah. If you're gonna fake chicken, don't 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 include me. I'm not gonna eat the fake chicken. I don't know. Either eat chicken or no chicken. I'm not into the tofu or the textured protein that tastes like chicken. Yeah. Um, but they've tried. The worst one I think was the the plantaroni. The plantaroni from Little Caesars, where they made that fake plant-based pepperoni, those were not good. They were tough. They tasted like leather. The flavor was awful. Yep, I don't think it lasted very long. Those are for the true vegans out there that want to pretend like that plant-based things taste good. I've not really found anything that tastes good as a plant-based, like a hot dog or a hamburger, or a sausage, or anything like that. They're okay. They're Some of them are edible, some of them are not. Um, oh, so the one thing I am wondering though. Okay, I got a question for everybody out there, especially the people that have been watching the last couple of reviews that I put out, specifically over the weekend. Now, if you guys saw some of the reviews over the weekend, specifically Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, did you guys notice anything different? Just wondering if anybody was eagle-eyed enough to check out some new, little bit different. Yeah, specifically was the What's Poppin', Search for Snacks. Yeah, I reworked a couple of the intros, and also my classic candy corner. I kind of updated, reworked a little bit of the intros, made them a little more modern. Tried to cut down some of the versions, but yeah, I don't know. Anyways, just kind of reworked a couple of them, made them a little bit different, updated, gave you guys some new material to check out. So, I'm working on those. Yeah, appreciate it. I was just wondering if anybody happened to notice or not. I was just trying to update it a little bit. Yeah, the Impossible Sausage was okay. Um, I think that was about the best out of the group. I did actually try an Impossible Sausage as a take-home test from one of the testing sites, and that was pretty bad because it was frozen and I had to defrost it and I cooked it, and it was not good. It was a frozen ground sausage, and I just cooked it up. I mean, I just cooked it with like toast, didn't put any seasoning or anything. Oh, yeah. Some tofu is okay. I've had deep fried tofu. I've had tofu and soup. I've had some other stuff. It's all right. Wouldn't be my choice. It's okay, like in ramen. It's okay as like a deep fried and breaded type of thing. They got all kinds of different tofu: silky, firm, soft, stinky, slimy. I don't know. Got all these different ones. You go into an Asian market, they got a whole bunch. Um, I don't know. You got to have the right chorizo, though. Maybe you could do that Mexican pizza with chorizo. Scrambled eggs as a breakfast pizza. That would work. Put it on a tortilla, put it on scrambled eggs, chorizo, maybe a little bit of salsa. Make yourself a Mexican breakfast pizza. That might work. But yeah, you do have to get the right chorizo. I've had some that when I cooked it, it didn't work. I don't know if I got the right kind or whatever. But yeah, it's actually I've had some burritos, some what did I do? I put a picture up on Instagram the other day. I actually got some fries from one of my local Mexican place, and it was actually chorizo fries. They put, yeah, I remember that. But yeah, they put basically it was asada fries, but instead I put chorizo on it. So it came with the crema, the Mexican cheese. Um, they were the crinkle cut fries, and I think guac and a whole lot of chorizo on top. That was actually pretty good. I like those. Although it's a little bit salty, but it was pretty good. They had the one I ordered from had a choice of chicken, beef, chorizo, pork, and I think some other options. Some of those I don't think I would want. Tongue, brain. I think they had some other weird ones. Hello, Engel. How's it going? Yeah, I had that one not too long ago. I had the pickle sandwich from Jimmy John's. They did that. They cut a dill pickle and they put all the um toppings in top of the morning. Right. Hey Dingle, how's it going? Crikey. Taking a trip to the UK. Hey Claw, how's it going? Crikey. Welcome to me show. We're over in the UK. Well, now that's Australia, so I get those kind of mixed up. I don't know. Poke the pizza with a stick. Crikey. Yeah, this one's this one's not Australia. It's the UK or British. And like I said, there is a method to the madness. Yeah, put some fish and chips. See, that's why the reason I got the hat was because I'm going to be checking this out. They actually, I think they had a set from Australia. They had one from Japan. They had one from Greece. So yes, that's why I wanted to go with the UK. We're going to take a trip to the UK eventually when I check that one out. So, no, I don't have a Minions bucket hat. No, I did not get a Minions hat. Did a Taco Bell? Did you run for the border? And yeah, some of the guys that came in, I have another hat, but I am not putting it on tonight because it is too dang hot here. I'm going to save this one for winter. So I do have this one. It's the other hat. But that's going to be more for winter. This is too hot to wear. It is too hot to wear this one right now because it's 95 degrees and it's a little bit hot, but I will save that for when it gets cooler. Around the hat. Like I said, maybe I'll start a new series around the hat, around the world in 80 hats. Really? I think I still have a case of that. I haven't heard any new do stories, but no, it's better to look good than to feel good. You know what I'm saying, my friend? You look marvelous. Absolutely marvelous. Whoa, that's a flashback. Marvelous. Go watch that video again. Haven't seen that for a little while. It's better to look good than to feel good, my friends. You look marvelous. Yeah, I think I heard about that. The Dirty Two. I know the trolley's the new one. I tried that. It is what it is. I like the Code Red a little better. I know that's a cherry is Code Red, and this one was cherry and lemon. It just didn't really hit. Still into the regular Code Red. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't heard any new stuff coming out. I know they're not doing anything for Halloween. They're not doing a voodoo anymore. They've discontinued that. The trolley was the new one. um, yeah, and what else did I see? They're doing a creamy vanilla Coke. That one's coming out new. Um, it's just like cream. I think they had Taco Bell had it. Taco Bell had the Dirty Baja Blast. So I guess it's just the cream added to the Mountain Dew. So yeah, I haven't heard too much about it. What else? I haven't really heard any new Coke flavors other than the new creamy vanilla. Pepsi. Haven't heard anything. Yeah, Frostbite is gone. They discontinued Frostbite and they put the dragon fruit in place of Frostbite. So Frostbite is a Walmart exclusive and they probably don't have anymore. So if you can find them, maybe you can, maybe you can't. But yeah, Frostbite she's out of here. So is the Spark, and so is Major Melon. You still might be able to find them, but those have all been they pulled the plug on those. Vault, Surge. What was the other ones? A couple other ones that they had. They brought back Slice. They need what was it? There's a couple other ones they need to bring back. I remember they were like kind of big. Nope, they're pretty much dead. Ray's is dead. No, I haven't heard from Ray's in several years. Ever since I quit their insider program and they said they were discontinuing it, I haven't heard anything. They don't put any new ones out. Nothing. I think it's dead. There's a lot of different companies out there now, though. Yeah, Rockstar, a whole bunch of different ones. The Phoenix, what was it? The new one I tried. Got a couple other energy drinks, and they're starting up all kinds of new ones every day. I see new energy, new blends and stuff. Some of them, though, I want to try them, but they're not affordable, and some of them don't have variety packs, and I don't want to buy a whole case of one flavor. Yeah, you know what? Not when I went. When I went there, they had the sign, but it wasn't on the app. So I don't know if that particular location didn't have it or they weren't carrying it. But I did see the sign for the orange vanilla cream freeze, but it was not available to order at that location. Now, it might have been in a different location, but yeah, like I said, when I went to Taco Bell the other day. Um, that's when I did the nachos, and I checked out some of the newer items as well. But I did not see the orange freeze on their app, although I was trying to look for the menu. It wasn't really on the menu, especially when I got behind. I got behind the Karen because I ordered. I went to Taco Bell. I ordered all my stuff on the app, and I was waiting in the line. I got behind a Karen. She was being real specific on her order. I should have turned it on and I should have recorded what she was saying. I'm telling you. She was being very specific on what she wanted and what she wanted substituted and how she wanted it done. She said she wanted a gordita, but she didn't want the shell deep fried. She wanted the regular shell, not deep fried. I'm like, what? And she wanted a nacho cheese without the nacho, wanted it on the side. I don't know. They just brought the Baja. They brought the Midnight Baja. They brought back their Y2K menu. Some of the things are coming back. I don't know. Maybe I've been hearing maybe more towards November, maybe with the Baja Blast pie. I'm not sure. I know it might be like a really quick thing, like they had. What was it? The gelato and some of those other desserts that they had. The dulce de leche things. Yeah, some of them were very, very limited, and they didn't stick around. I had to get there like the first day. So I will. I will keep my eyes out. I'm not really hearing anything other than they did the new release, and I guess they're still doing some test marketings on stuff. Yeah, yeah. This one was she was really particular on what she wanted. It took her 10 minutes to do the order. No, this one she wanted she wanted the items, but she wanted like everything completely different because she wanted the chalupa without the fried shell. She wanted the sauce on the side. She didn't want lettuce or cheese on her taco. She didn't want something else, and she kept everything that she ordered. She changed how it was, and I'm like, "Geez, lady, this is Taco Bell." And I could understand that you want to be particular, but come on, it's fast food. It's not gourmet restaurant. But yeah, she was very particular on what she wanted and wanted everything changed from what they offered. I mean, if you're going to be that particular, get it at home, make it at home. Yeah, I got some Papa John's tonight. Got some Papa John's sausage and mushroom. Papa John's. That's tonight's. That's tonight's option. Yeah, I wanted to check out some of the new things from Papa John's. Yeah, there are other items from Papa John's, and like I said, I was really busy today. I had to do my testing. I did a bunch of reviews out in the field. Got a lot of different stuff. Found a lot of different things. Been working on reviews at home. It's been a fun filled day, and it was actually a little bit hot. It was like 95 degrees here today, so finally getting a little bit cool. Yeah, they're already into the Halloween. I actually did a bunch of Halloween items, candies and stuff for already for Halloween. They're already out. Um, I'm sure they're probably into the Christmas stuff as well. I know they're they're gearing up for it. It's barely even. They're probably already pulling the Halloween stuff away. So there are a lot of stuff out there. And I haven't gone to Walmart. I haven't gone to Target. I haven't even gone to the big box stores. I'm just not interested in going there much anymore. It's too much of a hassle. It's easier for me to look online and have it sent. Although there's one item that is eluding me. And the last time I checked in the store, they didn't have it. I might go down there tomorrow and check out, see if they've got it. But there is one item that has been eluding me because I got two of the three, but the third item I cannot track it down. It's not online, and it wasn't in the store last time I checked. So I will keep looking. Although they did have it on Walmart, but I'm not paying what they wanted for it. They had a 2-pack and it was like $26 for 2 bags, and I'm like, no, I'm not paying $26 for 2 bags. That's crazy, guys. Yeah, I mean, because I got the other ones. I already put the review of one of them up, and it was 3 of them that they put out, and I found 2, but I have not found the third one. But I will keep looking. Like I said, I'm not paying $15 for a bag of chips to be delivered. That's crazy. I will keep looking. I'll look in the store. It'll show up eventually. Some of those ones are crazy insane. I'm telling you, man. And I don't know how they get off charging some of those. I know some of them are exclusive and different ones, so they kind of jack up the price. I know some of them are like Walmart exclusive, some of them are like Kroger exclusive, some of them are Dollar Tree. I think some of them we don't have, or Dollar General. We don't have a Dollar General, so yeah, man, I'm not paying that for a bag of chips. $15, and then you had to buy 2, so it was like $26. And then a 3-pack was like $52. I'm like, no way, dude. Look it up on Walmart.com. That was insane. I'm telling you. I don't know why they want to charge $52 for 3 bags of chips, but it is what it is. I know this full size bag. I might be able to find them like at 7-Eleven or somewhere, maybe for the smaller bags. Sometimes I find those. What did I see? I did see that one in the store. They've got the Cheetos Flamin' Hot Skulls, which is basically the Cheetos. What was a bit like the bag of bones that they had. Now they've got this year called the Cheetos Flamin' Hot Skulls. It's the Flamin' Hot Cheetos in the shape of a skull. Before it was the bag of bones where there's skeleton. It's the same thing. It's just different shape. Nothing really new. It's the Flaming Hot Cheetos in the shape of a skull. Hey, Larry. So I'm not in a real rush to get that one. I mean, it's for the holidays. They did the bag of bones last year. Now it's flaming skulls. So yeah. What else? Well, Papa John's specialty is garlic. Don't know too many. I think Domino's. Does Domino's have one? I don't know. Yeah. Like I said, he's on his own schedule. Whenever he's ready and able to do it, I'll be back there. But for right now, he's got his own schedule, his own agenda. Like I said, I am having pizza is sausage and pepperoni. or sausage and mushroom. So we do not have a Marco's anymore. Yes, I'm having a sausage and mushroom. That's what I'm having. Yeah, we had a Marco's. It went out a couple of years ago. We don't have a Marco's anymore. A4 20. Sop, man. Sop. Yeah, they got rid of our Marcos. They had it years ago, but they went away. I liked it too. We have a place I haven't tried. I might go check it out. It's called Extreme Pizza. So yeah, I know they have that. What else did they? Yeah, they got Extreme Pizza. They got a couple of other like independent places. What's that other one? Pizza Guys. Of course, we got Little Caesars, Domino's, Papa John's. And you got a couple other ones. What's that one? Trying to think of that one that's down there. They've got a new one on deep dish type things called Zachary's Pizza that's going to be opening up. It's like a chain, and then they've got uh, yeah, like I said, they had it for a while and ended up closing down. Now it's a bank. They turned the Marco's Pizza into a bank. I guess I don't know that yeah, we don't have that, so I don't know, but yeah, wanted to check out a couple of new places, and well, hopefully they'll a couple of local places as well. And so, like I said, I was just checking out some of the new stuff out there, and like I said, today was a little bit warm. It was 95, so very hot today. A lot of different stuff I had to check out as well. Okay, cool. It's under the same like company. I think Vaughn's is more of a Southern California. Um, yeah, they have Safeway in my area. It's the same company. It's just called Vaughn's in Southern Cal. Just it depends on where you're at. Certain locations have certain um, stores, I guess, because they used to have years ago. We used to have Albertsons, and that was Albertsons and Safeway kind of merged. Yeah, those were actually pretty good. The garlic cinnamon and also the garlic and then the cinnamon ones were good. They still have the Parmesan ones. Those aren't new. Those been around for a little while. Hi, Tazzy. Yeah, they merged with Safeway, and I got this one, but I'm not wearing it tonight because it is too hot. I got this. I got this one. And it's too hot to wear this today. It's got the ear flaps and everything. That's more of a winter wear. I'll save that for winter. Tazzy. Hi, Tazzy. Yeah, actually, I just put a blooper. One of the newest, one of the newer ones. I just had a blooper. Was it the What's Poppin'? I think it was the um, at the end of the. Usually, I put the bloopers at the end. Some of them I've had a bunch. Some of them I've had just a few. Like I said, it usually is tongue tied or something doesn't go right. Nah, I don't really. I won't put a blooper compilation. I usually just put it at the end of the thing as like a bonus. But yeah, just had a little bit of a little bit of a blooper at the end of the one. Sometimes I bust up. It goes south. Tonight, whoa! Tonight you guys are yeah. Tonight's gonna be different. I found one that you guys might enjoy. Tonight's one is going to be a What's Poppin' video. But it's not a blooper. You will see. Um, yeah, it was. I'll just give you a little bit of hint. It was very powerful. If you ever watched, what was? Yeah. Well, I'll say now. I'm done with the gold sauce. But yeah, tonight's video. No, it's not Jolt, but it is an energy drink, and yeah, it packed a punch. If you ever watched that one, remember the commercial, the Federal Express guy, the positively absolutely has to be there overnight. He talked really fast. Pittsburgh, gotta be Pittsburgh overnight. Da, da, da. Remember that guy? The super fast talker. Well, watch the video and you might see. Yeah, because it was some strong stuff, I'll tell you. They have those, the super concentrated drinks. So that will be tonight, and then I think over the weekend I got some other stuff coming up. No, but it was just super fast talking because the energy drink kicked in. So yeah, a lot of that. Yeah, I don't know. Well, they're gonna be. I'm gonna look for it. They're having Jolt root beer. They're doing the Jolt root beer release. I think it's in October though. Oh, really? I've been trying. What's that one? Magic Cabin. That's the new one. I kind of like holding off on Diggy. It's kind of. No, it was just a super concentrated energy drink. No, I don't know. I think it originally came out in the 80s. Jolt Cola. And I think John Cena may have been a little baby in diapers. He was just a little baby man. Yes, little baby man. Little girly man. Yeah, he might be responsible for the new re-release of it, but yeah, Jolt was back in the 80s when it was the original energy drink stuff. Because I used to try that. I used to have that when I played late night D&D. What was it? Mountain Dew, Jolt Cola. What else? There's Snapple, all that other kind of stuff. Yeah, apparently that's a test market item, the double dippers. I don't know when and if it'll make it out. But they do. Taco Bell's got some new items out. Return to the Y. Y2K. Let's see what else. Taco Bell is out. Popeyes. Popeyes has got a couple new things. Little Caesars got a bunch of new stuff. Yeah, they got a couple other ones. I haven't seen anything from Carl's Jr.'s lately. And I know Jack in the Box, like I said, is going to be doing the Halloween stuff. Monster tacos are coming back. A couple other Halloween themed items for Jack in the Box that are coming out in a couple days. So that we'll be on the lookout for that one. Yeah, there's still a lot of stuff out there. Just some of them I didn't even know they were going to do them. I was like, wait a minute, they dropped that? I didn't even hear it was coming out. And I think Papa John's even came out with something new. Maybe. If you've been following the news, not really new, but somewhat new. I mean, that's the thing, though. Yes and no. I'm not into that kind of stuff. Yeah, they are kind of doing a rebrand or a re-release. Yeah, I'm not into the politics. I don't get into that. I got other things to occupy my time with. So, okay. That makes sense. But yeah. I remember getting Jolt when I was in high school, staying late night D&D games. The Jolt Cola, what was it? The Clearly Canadian New York Seltzer, Snapple. That was all kind of around the same time. And Jolt Cola and Mountain Dew, those were like high caffeine stuff that would keep you going. They need to bring back Jousta. I remember that. That was one of the first energy drinks with guarana in it. It was kind of like I don't know, like a fruit inspired thing. I still have Chucky's Punch. I gotta get through that one. But yeah, all the old time stuff. It's starting to make a return, I guess. But yeah, they used to have all the good drinks. Sobe, Clearly Canadian, New York Seltzer. They had another one called the Koala, which was like mineral water and juice, but that went away. Of course, there's Orbits, and that was ahead of its time. A lot of people hated that one. I don't know if you guys were around when they had Orbits. It was basically like it wasn't really a soda. It was kind of like a gel, and then they had those little um, bits floating around, and it was like a lava lamp. So it was like almost like a syrupy, really thick thing, and then they had these little fruit bits in there, and they floated around like a lava lamp, and they were like in weird containers. And everybody said it was gross. It was the one guy. I used to get that from like 7-Eleven, and the guy says, "Are you drinking that snot drink?" Because he said it looked like snot, and then little snot balls. And it was okay. It just it didn't catch on. It went away. I don't know. It's one of the things that everybody was like, "Ooh, yeah, gross." So it is what it is. They had a lot of stuff that's been discontinued, that's no longer around. All the good stuff they used to have, but they no longer have. If you look hard enough, I think you can find some of them. But yeah, they need to bring back. There's a lot of stuff they need to bring back. I'd like to see it as well, but it is what it is. So let's see what else. Trying to think if there's anything interesting or new. Like I said, I've been trying to catch up on some of the older, going back and rewatching some series. Cracking up on the one Space Force. Been watching that. Unfortunately, there's only 2 seasons, so only got a couple more episodes left. It's pretty funny. It's Steve Carell, a spoof on the whole Space Force implementation. It's a comedy. It's a tongue-in-cheek thing. So you can check that out if you want a good laugh. It's called Space Force. It was a Netflix original back in, like, I think started in 2020 and 2021 or 22 or something. Only went for 2 seasons. So I was watching that. I was cracking up. It's a Steve Carell, The Office type thing, I guess. I don't know what I call it. The Office in space, I guess. So yeah, that one's good. Then I was watching Eastbound and Down. All right, Larry, thanks for dropping by. Really? Okay. They're redoing The Running Man with a new cast, I guess, or rebooting. So they're still filming it. I don't know when it's coming out, but I've heard they're redoing Running Man. Why they want to redo Running Man, I don't know. I hate when they reboot. Usually terrible. Speaking of reboots, I actually watched it, and I talked about it earlier. I was able to see Spinal Tap 2, The End Continues. Not going to give you guys a spoiler, but yeah, I was disappointed. So, yeah. I mean, I waited 40 years for the sequel to Spinal Tap, and they gave me what they gave me. Yeah, I was disappointed. It was not anything close to the original. It was okay. It just nah. And unfortunately, they barely had any of the songs in that. The original one had a lot more songs. I mean, they had it a little bit. It was done documentary style. And they had Marty DeBurgi was the producer, and they had the original people in it. Some of the other people were not there. Some of their managers, and also the drummers that had exploded, are no longer there. They were still interviewing for a new drummer. They were on their 12th drummer because the drummer kept exploding or dying in a freak accident. For whatever reason that happened, they kept losing their drummers, and no one wanted to be a drummer for them because all the drummers mysteriously died, either through a freak accident or spontaneous combustion, or I don't know, all kinds of crazy stuff going on. But yeah, I was a little disappointed. If you find it, if you want to watch it, you can. Like I said, I'm not gonna give too much spoilers, but it was just okay. The original one's much better. I think they should have just left it alone and not even bothered with a reboot, but hey, it is what it is. So I was able to watch that, watched a couple of other newer releases. Some of them were not very good. What else? Trying to see if there's any new stuff out there. Yeah, but I will keep my eyes out. A new series, and like I said, I watched another episode of The Peacemaker. Um, Strange New Worlds is done with the season, so I have to wait and see about any new Star Trek stuff that's not going to be out for a little while. I think that I've been hearing that they're working on Star Wars stuff. Um, but there's still a lot of old stuff that I've been going back and rewatching. Yeah, dog. And unfortunately, the one I've been watching, I think, is edited. So they kind of edited out the bad words and also the other adult scenes, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, I know, but it is what it is. But yeah, Stevie, Stevie's pretty cool, and I like um, Will Ferrell's Ric Flair character with the hair. Yeah, except for when he cheated on Maria, and he ended up shaving his head as punishment. Yeah. He went through different, what was a Cadillac and then a Kia, and I don't know what he's going to be up to next. No, Ashley Simpson or Simplin, or I don't remember how. Schaefer, that was it. Ashley Schaefer, Cadillac, and then he had Kia. I don't know what he's up to now. But yeah, Ashley Schaefer was the character. Still like the April Big Cannons, Buchanan. Yeah, she's pretty good. Yeah, it's a subtle humor. I mean, not everybody gets Danny McBride's type of humor. I know he's done a couple of movies, a couple of series. He's got a whole different kind of humor. Some people find it funny, some people don't. Yeah, he was funny for a minute till he died. And then what's else? Yeah, it's just a that was just a good thing. I liked it when originally I watched it when it was broadcast, and I think I've watched it once or twice since then. I had to go back and watch that. I've been watching Rings of Power. Uh, like I said, Space Force. Watching that. I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to find another series to get back into. I don't know. Kind of looking for some other funny ones that I used to remember. I will find them eventually. Some of the new movies that I watched were really bad, really terrible. And I watched it and I went, I can't believe I watched that. That was stupid. What a waste of time. And you see the description of it and you think, hey, this is going to be good. And then you watch it and go, that sucked. Sounded like a good premise, but then when you watch it, you go, that was dumb. But it is what it is. Hit and miss sometimes. And I will, like I said, I will check out a bunch of new stuff as they come out. Still be working on new reviews, still working on other stuff. I put up a new poll, so if you guys want to check that one out. What's your favorite citrus fruit? So that one's a new poll for you guys. Like I said, I put up my two new reviews today: the McDonald's Gold Sauce and the Taco Bell Nachos. So you can check those two out. Yeah, well, orange, lemon, lime, or something else. you know, like grapefruit. I don't know, whatever else. Some people said starfruit. I think there was a couple other pomelos. I think there's well, I guess tangelos and tangerines. They're kind of on the lines of an orange, but nope. I'm having my pizza tonight, and I did I did have a little drink earlier, and yeah, that one kind of got away from me. So I'll have to deal with that. Yeah, there's still a bunch of stuff to get through, different reviews. So you check those out. Like I said earlier, if you guys watched the last couple of reviews, I reworked my startings on some of those. So if you guys happen to catch the new intros on some of the new videos, I wanted to do a little bit of an updating on that. So kind of reworked a couple of them. Actually, I am drinking this one. I forgot I had this one. Celsius Arctic Vibe. Got away from me earlier. I should have known the can's kind of banged up. You see that dents in the can. Okay, well. Yeah, sometimes citrus is not compatible with certain medications, I guess. No alcohol. This is energy drink. Energy drink. No alcohol. No alcohol. Sorry, mate. No alcohol. They have Celsius with Alani New, a couple other ones that are along that line. It's kind of, I guess, designer. Was it Ad Shock? There's a whole bunch of different ones out there. So still got a lot of stuff to try. Really? Yeah. See, that's the thing. Well, I don't know. I guess it depends on maybe get grapefruit drink. I don't know. See, the artificial grapefruit's a little bit different, like grapefruit soda or squirt or the generic ones. Fresca. I haven't had a Fresca in quite a while. Maybe I'll have to try that one. I got a case of A&W the other day, and I've pretty much gone through it. I know something about that root beer on a hot day just really goes down nice and smooth. Like I said, I got a whole case of regular A&W, pretty much gone. I'm gonna have to get some more because it's good, especially when it's hot. Nice frothy root beer with lots of ice hits the spot. So I have to get some. Also, I had the orange and the pineapple and kind of mixing it up, especially with this hot weather. Kind of trying to keep hydrated, and they don't have any caffeine, which is good. So maybe that's why things I haven't been on the caffeine for a little while, so I've been taking a break for that, trying to go for the natural stuff. Yeah, I know that's the thing. I've been trying lots of ice, juices. And then some of these, I've been drinking the zero sugar stuff too. So I know that's not the best for you, but yeah, lots of ice. I've been trying to mix it up a little bit. Tea. I know tea though could dehydrate you as well. But yeah, I actually have some pineapple juice. Maybe I'll get some of that. Mm. yeah, just a lot of different stuff out there. Drinks, snacks, chips, all that kind of stuff. So I will keep it updated and be on the lookout for all the new stuff. Got a couple things on order. Yeah, actually, I have a couple of Gatorades. Maybe I'll have to check those out as well. So let's see. I think that's about it for tonight. Been on what, 2 hours? Yeah, 2 hours for tonight. Kind of a record. But I will work on some of the new stuff. There'll be a new review going up in a little while. All the new stuff, like I said, new poll, all that stuff. Uh, it's been fixed. I just try not to run it, keeping the fans and the lights off and keeping it cool. It's not super hot. It's not hot enough to really run the AC too much. Like I said, today was like about the hottest that it's been for a little while. And the next couple days is going to go back down to the 70s. So I think I'm good for now. It's not been super duper hot. I've been surviving. Although today I was out and about a little bit, so I had to do a bunch of reviews. I did my testing, evaluating, I guess is what you called it. It wasn't really a food testing, it was evaluation. And yeah, looking for new stuff online, trying to find a bunch of new stuff. Few things I am still looking for. But I will track them down eventually, and who knows. But yeah, like I said, reworked a bunch of the intros. Yeah, I'm trying not to run the AC if I don't have to. Absolutely don't have to. I've been trying to keep the fans going, keep the lights off. Yeah, yeah. Actually, I was in my car today. I had the AC going pretty much full blast, so that worked pretty good. And also, I had a lot of drinks too because I was out and about. Nah, no, we don't need that. Just get the air circulating and keep it cool. Lots of ice, lots of cool drinks, and I'm good. Actually, I might stock up on some popsicles and maybe some ice cream or something to kind of cool me down. But other than that, yeah, I've not been trying to cook very much just because I don't want to heat up the whole house. I don't want to do the oven or anything like that. So been just doing microwave or air fryer or anything like that. Something that doesn't create a lot of heat. No big meals or casseroles or anything like that. Um, just keeping it simple. And like I said, taking it easy. Make sure I got a lot of stuff to drink and keeping hydrated, keeping cool, and always on the lookout for something new, something interesting. There's a lot of stuff out there. Yeah, that's the thing. It was like 95 one day, and then the next day it's like 60. So, and apparently Tuesday we're going to have rain. So I don't know. Yeah, tomorrow's going to be a little bit in the 90s, and then after that it's going to drop down, and then I don't know. But yeah, I mean, there's been some days when it's been almost 100, and then there's been some days when it's only been like 75. So it's iffy. I mean, some days it's like super duper hot, and some days I'm like cold. So I don't know, but I think we're kind of winding down on the hot weather. I'm hoping we're winding down on the hot weather, and then we'll get more into the cooler months. I know once we hit October, it'll be nice and cool and mild. And normally, like around Halloween, yeah, nice and stormy and rainy and all that. So, okay. Well, like I said, hopefully that'll keep it cool, and we can do that as well. So, other than that, like I said, stay tuned for all the reviews throughout the week. Put the new poll up. You can watch all the other reviews as well. Yeah. And hopefully everything will go good here. Um, if I find anything new or exciting, I'll let you guys know. What else? That's about it for me tonight. Anyways, it's been a little over 2 hours, and I think it's time to call it a night. But I do thank you guys for dropping in, spending a little bit of time with me. Thank you, Brett, for those super chats. Much appreciated. It will help with some of the expenses for some of this stuff. It's getting crazy expensive out there, and always appreciate when you guys watch the videos, leave the comments, and just participate in everything. So with that, I think it's time for me to call it a night and get on out of here. And I will be back Friday, so you can tune in a little bit. Some people are still, I don't know, my schedule. I'm going to go Tuesday nights and Friday nights. So that's kind of my live schedule. But other than that, every day release, sometimes more than one in a day. So count on that one. But I appreciate you guys. Thanks for dropping in tonight. Hope you have a great couple of days. Stay nice and cool, stay hydrated, and maybe find something good to eat, something good to watch, and just take it easy. And hopefully things will start settling down and cooling down, and everybody can enjoy the weather. All right, guys. So thanks for dropping in. 420, Roxanne, Brent, all the people that are in here, Scott. Appreciate all the regulars that are coming in, and all the new people that come in as well. Thank you very much for making the channel successful. So with that, I am out of here, and I will see you guys again on Friday. All right, guys, have a good one. Take it easy and stay cool.